No, until I looked at
Then
the
you
back.
went, dude.
Yeah, and I realized even when I am working out, I don't need
No,
that.
you don't need 22% sugar. I mean, you want more protein probably actually.
I've shifted to one that does only 1 gram of sugar now.
Because you do need some sugar. You need some carbs. Obviously you do.
Yeah. But not that.
No.
Yeah, not that. Good analysis. So walk us through 2 questions I have.
Yes.
One is, how can people read food labels better?
Okay.
What were you doing that was making it effective for you to figure it out that quickly? Because the challenge is we have little time. We look at the back, there's like 50 ingredients.
Okay. The major problem I have with this isn't a lack of information problem, because all the information is there. But you need bright lights. I need to have my reading glasses with me. But what you would do, I think ultimately in order to better do it, the industry needs to change what they label. But I don't have the power to do that. So I think what I would do is I would focus on, first of all, the amount of, depending on what you're eating, the amount of protein, the amount of fiber. Do they put fiber? They do put fiber. The amount of fiber that's actually in there, and the amount of sugars.
Protein, fiber, sugar.
Protein, fiber,
Those
sugar.
Those are 3
protein,
things
fiber,
to look
sugar.
at.
Yes.
And what you don't want is to see an equal balance of all 3. You want to try and see the percentages you said earlier.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Yeah. And of course, it won't be, you're not expecting to get all your protein from a bar anyway.
No. So I think what you want to do as well is not not obsess about one item of food. What you should do is be thinking about your diet over a week. A week's a good period because there are work days, there are weekend days. You may have a birthday. You go to the restaurant for your friends and you're eating on the run or what have you. So over a week, how much protein, fiber, and things have you been eating? That's better, because then that allows you to go to the pub, the restaurants, your child's birthday, and then say, well, I had my child's birthday party last night, so I'm going to do something else. So you need to consider that, but over the context of a full week, rather than obsessing over one individual bar, would be what I would say.
And what are the 3 hidden ingredients that you think people should watch out for on food labels?
I think sugar is probably the biggest thing to look for, because my wife sent me to the supermarket to buy. She goes, "Can you get me some beetroot? I want to make a salad." Okay. And so I went into a supermarket chain in the UK and I bought their finest, because I'm a mug. Okay. I bought their finest item and I brought it back and she yelled at me. She goes, "Did you see the amount of sugar on here? Why didn't you get the one made with vinegar? Why didn't you get the one?" And so sugar is the thing that they shuffle in the most, because it improves the flavor so quickly, and they put it into beetroot. It's a beetroot. Why do you have to boil it in sugar? It's completely ridiculous. Sugar is probably it's the easiest thing to shovel in. So to watch that.
How addictive is sugar?
I don't think sugar is addictive. I don't think there is such a thing as food addiction. If you speak to addiction biologists, they do hijack certain pathways. Okay.
Which ones?
So the part of the brain that makes things feel nice, your rewarding part of the brain, is the same part of the brain for everything. It doesn't matter if we're talking about food, sex, or drugs, or alcohol. Okay. It hits the same place. The roots to it are different, but it's the same part of the brain. And so I think that clearly sugar tickles the nice part of the brain, because why would it not? But it is not crack cocaine. People say it's worse for you than crack. Well, it isn't. Okay. Because you clearly get used to it. You like it. There are addictive behaviors, but sugar in of itself is not addictive.